Good morning, everybody. Russ, the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well. Bit of a different one today. This morning, I'm sitting at my desk, 7:30 in the morning, and just reflecting on last night, actually. And I think I was wrong, and I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Last week we did a show called Hammer's Hot Takes. Go back and check it out with Ryan and Darren and Darren Blewett, Alex and Grace. And one of the questions was that West Ham's biggest issue or priority position this year or this summer was the midfield, and I disagreed. And I thought it was the defence that needed sorting. And after yesterday's display, I'm wrong. The midfield needs major surgery. I was looking at the stats actually, and actually defensively, we're far more solid under Graham Potter than we were under Lopetegui. We averaged just shy of 2 goals a game up until including Lopetegui's last game in the Premier League. And then in terms of the Premier League since Potter has joined, I think we've had 8 games under Potter, and we've conceded on average 1 goal a game. So that's a 50% better performance than Lopetegui. So defensively, I think we're stronger, and I think the back three is making a big issue there with that. However, from a midfield perspective, yesterday proved we need to have someone different in that midfield. We need someone with drive, someone with energy, someone with physicality. I think we were overruled and overworked and overfought by Tonali, Bruno, and 𝘼𝙈𝙈. They were all over us from a midfield perspective, and that's where the game was won in essence. I mean, up front, yes, 𝘼𝙈𝙈 had some good saves, although most of them came from our deflected shots from our own players or rebounds and things like that. Defensively, I thought we were very strong. I thought, 𝘖𝘖 pretty much did nothing the whole game. He looked like a player who was slightly wary of getting injured in terms of a cup game. And actually, I think Matt's several times was up his arse, so to speak. And a lot of the 50-50 challenges, they weren't really 50-50 challenges in all honesty. I think Max had the run of them, to be honest. And I think defensively, we are stronger than we were under Lopetegui for sure. But that midfield needs some drastic work. We need someone with energy. We need someone with physical presence. We need a Youssef Fofana type player, some drive. Banzuzi, or there's a young lad who plays for Arsenal called Declan Rice who could do the job as well. But we need that sort of midfield drive. I think up front, yes, striker's always nice, but we know over the years that we don't tend to do well with strikers, and indeed our most successful strikers in the modern Premier League era have tended to be converted wingers. Arnautovic, Antonio, Bowen. Obviously, it was great to see Antonio walk quite freely yesterday when he came on, which was quite nice to see. And obviously, he seemed to enjoy that. But I just look at that midfield, and you sort of look at it, and Souček. I love Souček's commitment, and Souček for me is, all we ask is our players give 100% when on the pitch, and he always does. But I think that's where it stops with him. We need something a bit more now. If we go into next season with a midfield of Souček, Alvarez, and JWP as our 3 starters, I think we're under a lot of pressure already. Yes, we've got Freddie Potts coming in, and he's a disruptor. He's a fantastic CDM in the Championship. He would need to step up. But I thought Souček was a little bit invisible yesterday. I thought he was overfought, over-muscled by the likes of Tonali and people like that. Alvarez tried, but again, the same thing for me. He was very much over combated. That's a word, probably not. He really, for me, was over muscled. And then JWP, that's not his role. He's not. His role is not to be physically dominating. He's not physically dominating. His role is to find those pockets, is to be always on the go. We know he's not the quickest, but his range of passing. And so then you've got those three up against the three, which is Tonali, who I thought was really good yesterday. Bruno's always very strong. I think always a very good player. And Joe Linton just is an annoyance. And the three of them proved to me that we need to invest heavily in that midfield going into the summer, without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe would I have liked to have seen them drop one of those midfielders and bring in a Paqueta to add some creativity, possibly. We do tend to be set up better for away games than home games, and there's needing to find that balance. But clearly, that defence needed sorting, and I think we can see already, we're conceding half as many goals on average than we did under Lopetegui, and I think that straight away gives us an opportunity. I mean, even yesterday we 1-0 down. I didn't like we was going to score, but because we only conceded one goal, you need to score one goal to get a draw. And I think that was something Potter said, and that's something I've been mentioning for a while, particularly under Lopetegui, who's conceding on average 2 goals a game. You've got to score 2 just to get a point. You're already pressuring the forward line. We were a bit hapless, we were a bit toothless up front, I think, but I think Newcastle were as well. As I said in the review show of Alex yesterday, we looked like a side that was that hadn't played for 2 weeks. I don't know what it is about West Ham, but when we have a break, we're always fucking awful. International breaks under Moyes, under Lopetegui, and it just seems under Potter now, we're always very slow and we look sluggish. We look like we'd played over the weekend. We hadn't. We'd had a free weekend. We'd had, 10 days, 12 days since playing the last game, which was the end of February. And it was just a really frustrating game. Very flat from a performance. And because it's flat from a performance on the pitch, it's going to be flat in the stands. It just is. But if anything, it proves to me that I was wrong, and midfield is the priority, I think, in the summer. Midfield, forward, defence. Defence just needs, I think, one extra body. I think if 𝘒𝙺 comes back and pre-season goes well when he stays with the club, he obviously comes in instead of Cresswell, and then one more, one in, one out. So Mavropanos out, and if it's someone like an Adam Webster or someone like that, someone who's got a bit more experience, someone who will pull their sleeves up, a Craig Dawson-esque type. I think that's what we're missing in that mix of centre halves we've got. Max has got a little bit of that, but he's still, I think we need that a little bit more grit. I just didn't think we were nasty enough yesterday. We had an opportunity to really lay some on some of those Newcastle players who have got the cup final in their mind. And it's clear 𝘖𝙕 wasn't in the game. And there would have been other players who wouldn't have been in the game, but we never really put it on them. Sort of the dark arts, so to speak. Yes, there was the VAR. We should have maybe gone to VAR for the Bowen penalty. I thought was a penalty, but we're crying over spilt milk. It's done now. We have to prepare now for the Everton game, and I'm more confident us playing Everton at Goodison Park this weekend than I am against the Newcastle game yesterday. Just because we seem to have that, particularly that back three seems to, and those three in midfield. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with that midfield. Whether he decides to tinker with it. I just don't think that two up front works particularly well. The Bowen and 𝘒𝙺, when you're up against big Dan Burn and Schär, you're poofing up balls to Bowen, who's 2 foot shorter than Dan Burn. Didn't work. I'd love to see Evan maybe giving a run out on Saturday from the start, and let the likes of Bowen and 𝘒𝙺 feed off him. But look, we'll see. We'll have all the fun of the fair in terms of the Graham Potter press conference. I think that is on Thursday. I want to say Thursday. I think that's on. And keep it on the channel as always. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay lucky, stay well, stay humble, stay warm, stay dry, and I'll see you very, very soon. Much love. Bye bye.